Hi, everybody. This is Jack Benedict. You know, this is the time of year when you're looking at spring sports and you're looking at basketball, but we're going to talk some football. And we have head coach Paul Tortorella with us right now. We're going to talk about recruiting as we're kind of in between and what's coming up for the future for IUP football. The National Signing Day was recently held. Tort, good to have you with us here. Talk a little football, which is always fun for us, right?
Oh, yeah. This time of year, you kind of, after the Super Bowl, it's kind of a lull in the football world, so to speak. But we just finished the recruiting. We're in our off-season program, so, you know, in our world, it never ends.
It never ends, okay. First of all, you know, I had talked with you before about this. You had been an assistant coach for many, many years here, over 20 years. The adjustment from an assistant coach to when you become the head coach, what's been the big difference for you?
Well, you deal with a lot of things that you never had to deal with, fundraising, you know, just everyday operations are so much different than when you're not, you know, from assistant to head coach.
Right.
The football end of it, I've kind of always said, I've been a head coach for the defense for 22 years. Now you got to be the head coach for everything. So you do deal, especially with the fundraising. I mean, that's a huge emphasis when you're the head coach, and that's really right now, after recruiting's finished, our number one, you know, that's where a lot of my efforts are going right now.
Yeah. Let's talk about your 18 recruits. We can break it down somehow. Let's go with the offense and your needs on offense. Did you cover everything you wanted to?
Yeah, it worked out perfect. We were we wanted to emphasize offensive linemen and bigger offensive linemen. We felt like we have to get bigger up front, and we did that. We got 3 really good offensive linemen that are good players, and they are big. There's a 6'5" guy, a 6'7" guy. They're all over 300 pounds. And a 6'3", 300-pounder from New Jersey. So we definitely felt that we, you know, took care of our needs there on the O-line. The next thing, obviously, was quarterback. And we got, you know, a guy just like the one we have in Isaiah Hankins. He's very similar. He plays the same style as Lenny Williams does. So those are the kind of guys we have to recruit at quarterback. So, you know, and he's won a lot of games at Williamsport High School, and great kid. So we felt like that was our number one prospect. We got him. And then, you know, we got a kicker, which we were looking to add somebody into the fold there as a kicker. And then we got Dwayne Braun, the kid from Apollo Ridge, who's, you know, really done a lot of things when you look at statistically what he's done in his high school career. And he missed 5 or 6 games with ACL tear the first 5 or 6 games of his senior year, and he played great at the end of his senior year. So he was an awesome player as a junior. He was a definite Division I prospect, and then when he hurt his knee in April, the Division I's kind of just got off him. So we were really lucky to get in on it, and he's happy. He's half hour going to school, half hour from home, and the guy has like a traveling party, so to speak. I mean, I went and saw him play an away game. And Apollo Ridge isn't a very big town. I think the whole town was there and then some, and they just seem to be Dwayne Braun, his fan club, I think. So that'll help us too in recruiting.
Sure, absolutely.
And with attendance and everything, it's good to get a guy fairly local. We also got the Ryan Hoff, the wide out in Indiana. So we felt like we did a real good job offensively. You know, there's some positions where we got a bunch of wideouts in the program and a bunch of running backs. So we didn't even end up taking a running back, which we were fine with. So that was the offensive end of it. So we were really happy about it.
Yeah. So you've been, of course, you know more about the defense and personnel and what have you, who was coming back. I know that you tried to get some linebackers because you lost Kevin Clark.
Right.
And what else on the defensive side?
We needed some D linemen, bigger again. The one thing we think, you know, if we can get, you know, into the championship of the region, and if you ever get out of the region and you get to the Final Four, you have to be bigger because the teams you're going to play have great size. I mean, speed is the name of the game in football, but you won't be able to hold up if you don't have a bigger lineman. So we went out and we've got 3 defensive linemen that are, again, 2 of them are 300 pounds. The one's a 6'4" kid from Harrisburg, Ronye Mitchell, and we got Woodland Hills D lineman. He's not huge, but he's 6'2", 260 pounds.
That's Robinson?
Robinson, he's a good player. And then the 2 linebackers, We got Brian Williams from Erie McDowell, who's really athletic and is going to get bigger. And we also got the guy from Brandon Kelly from Bethlehem Catholic, and he was kind of a defensive end in high school. So size-wise, he'll be as bigger than any linebackers we have in the program, and we'll start him off at linebacker. And then we really wanted to go get some cover corners with size. You know, it's hard nowadays to go out there and play the ball with corners that aren't very big or tall or long-armed. And we got two corners, one 6 foot out of Whitehall, Devin Castro, and Nazir James out of New Jersey, a 6'1" corner. They're really got great length, tall, can jump. So you get in those 50-50 ball battles, you got to have some size and some length. And so we thought we did well there.
Yeah, and you have some transfers who already are in school.
Yeah, we've got John McDonald Horner. He's from Indiana State, played at Gateway. He'll have 3 years left. He's a safety that's really doing a great job in our off-season program. And we also got a wideout that played at Edinburgh a couple years ago, and he was their best receiver, actually, a bigger guy. He's doing a great job, Colby Hughes, in our off-season program. And then we got a lineman that was a Rutgers transfer that's from an in-state school in Pennsylvania, high school, Kenneth Roman, who's, again, a big 6'4", 290-pounder. So we had to get bigger, and we did.
You did.
Right.
Yeah. You know, the schedule just came out recently, and it's challenging, and it's unusual because the first 4 games are at home. So you did get Ashland, that home-and-home series, and it's a Thursday night game. That ought to be exciting for everybody.
Yeah, we were, all in on that because, first weekend of the school year, Labor Day weekend, if you play on Saturday, you probably won't have as many students on campus. Late August, the 31st, it's probably going to be warm, probably better off playing at night. So to move it up to Thursday night, I think will enhance our attendance. The players were excited about it. I think there's 2 or 3 other games Thursday night in Division II. So, you'll kind of be highlighted nationally, and we'll probably be highlighted nationally anyway because Ashland will probably be a top 15 team starting off.
Yeah.
So it's a big game, and playing it on Thursday night only makes it bigger, really.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you because people ask me, how's Lenny Williams doing?
Oh, he's doing great. He's ahead of schedule. He had the surgery right away. He got into the rehab right away, and he's working like crazy. I mean, in the off-season program, Coach Franco's got to hold him back on things because the guy wants to do everything, and Coach Franco's told me that he's held him back on 50% of what we're doing. He won't be in spring practice, but we feel like he'll be ready to go and be 100% come camp in August.
Yeah. You and I talked about this when we did the radio interview a while back. You're pretty happy with the GPAs of these guys too, right?
Yeah, we finished last semester, which is usually the tougher semester because it's in football season. You don't have as much free time, obviously, in season as you do the second semester in the off season. But we had an overall 2.57 GPA. We had a lot of guys over 3.0. I think we had 7 guys over 3.5. I thought, when you sit down and look at everything, myself personally, I used to worry about the academics on the defense.
Right.
Now, when you look at the whole team, we were pleased. I thought our guys did really well academically, and that's why they're here.
Yeah. Great tradition, IUP football down through the years, and I know you had mentioned why you came to Indiana and why you've stayed in Indiana this long. Coach Frank Signetti was very instrumental in that when he brought you here.
Yeah, I mean, you reach a point in your career in coaching where you try to make a move and you're doing it, and most of the time you're doing it for your next move. And really, when I came here, I probably figured, and Frank, Coach Signetti said the same thing, you'll be here a couple years and you'll go on your way, but, find a niche here and enjoyed living in the community, quality of life, just, tremendous. I know the difference in coaching in Division I, having done it for 10 years, and coaching here at IUP. We still work just as hard, but you have a great quality of life here. And, that was 22 years ago when we had that conversation, Frank and I.
I'm glad it worked out for everybody. Tort, congratulations on the job. Keep it going. I know there's a great community involvement, a lot of excitement, and the season will be here before you know it.
Oh yeah, it'll be here right around the road. So
Okay, we'll be
appreciate
back.
it.
We'll be back doing this on a regular basis in the
Great.
fall.
Sounds good for me, Jack.
All right, Coach Paul Tortorella, IUP football recruits and looking to the future. Looks good. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be with you before you know it come fall. Jack Benedict for Coach Tort. Have a nice evening.